Hi, grade 7. So today's homework involved doing a couple of reflections. First one in the y-axis and then one in the x-axis. And the second part of your homework involved doing a translation or a slide. All right, so as always, you had to first plot the shape, and the shape actually turned out to be an L. Okay, so we had coordinates. A was at 0, 5, B was at 1, 5, C was at 1, 2, D was at 4, 2, E was at 4, 1, and F was at 0, 1. Okay, at that point, you plot it, you label it, color it in. You can create a little manipulative, like so, just trace the shape. Make sure you put the letters on, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, and the other thing, important thing to do is put the letters also on the back side so that when you go to actually flip your original shape, you will know exactly where the new coordinates will be, such as this one here that we are going to flip into the y-axis. So a lot of people still were getting the y and the x-axis confused. Let's not do that. The y-axis is vertical. The x-axis is horizontal. Where they intersect is called the origin, and that is at 0, 0. So now that we have our manipulative labeled, we are going to reflect it in the y-axis. What does that mean? It means that this vertical line will act as a mirror. This letter L is looking at itself in the mirror. And as a result, when you reflect it into the y-axis, okay, it is going to be flipped like so. Okay? A will stay put. F will stay put. B, instead of here, will be at negative 1, 5. C will be, instead of here, will be at negative 1, 2. D1 will be at negative 4, 2. E1 will be at negative 4, 1. And F remains fixed at 0, 1. So that is a reflection in the y-axis. Okay, pretty simple. So now I ask you to go back to your original. Okay, this is your starting point, your original, and you're going to reflect that in the x-axis. This is your x-axis running horizontally. So when you reflect that in the x-axis, it's going to be the exact opposite. Okay, if you had 4 and 2, it's going to be 4. Sorry, if you had 4 and 1, it's going to be 4 and negative 1, 4 and negative 2. So we're going to flip this down. That's why I asked you to write the letters at the back. Okay, so when you go to flip it in the x-axis, you're going to know exactly where your coordinates are going to be. D and E are now going to be E and D. Okay, F is going to be there staring at itself in the mirror. A and B are going to be here at the bottom. So these are the new coordinates. You can call this F2, 0, negative 1, E2, 4, negative 1, D2, 4, negative 2, C2, 1, negative 2, A2, 0, negative 5, and B2, 1, and negative 5. So that is the reflection of the original in the x-axis. You can also see that it's equidistant. This is 1 unit away from the x-axis, so is this 1 unit away from the x-axis. This is on the y-axis. It's still on the joining up to the y-axis down here. Okay, easy breezy. Next step was to take the original shape and translate it or slide it. When you're sliding it, you're sliding every single coordinate. Negative 6. So your translation was negative 6, negative 8. What does that mean? That it's moving first on the x-axis 6 units to the left because it is negative. So it's sliding over this way, and then it's sliding down 8 units on the y-axis. So sliding down into this quadrant. So it started off in this quadrant, now is moved down to this quadrant. Hence this arrow. Okay, so this is your new shape. It's moved down here, and these are the new coordinates. You are asked to label them A3, B3, C3, D3, etc. A3 is at -6 and -3, B3 is at -5 and -3, and so forth and so on. Okay? So, we've had both a reflection and a translation, actually in all quadrants of your coordinate plane. Next video will show you how to do this on Geometer's Sketchpad. Stay tuned.